A projected $2 million to build Tallahassee's Southside Transit Center will help connect areas around the city where access to public transportation is low. Star Metro is looking for the public's help in designing and building the project. ABC 27's Micah Cho talked with the bus riders about what they would like to see out of the project and how public transportation is a must for some.
Just increasing the number of buses, I like to come home for lunch, and if they increase the service a little bit more, I could definitely do that just with the bus.
For Ryan Barker, he would like to see more buses on Tallahassee's south side to decrease wait times from around the city.
And at peak hours here, it's like a half hour, and then regular service, it's about an hour.
This is what Star Metro says the project could look like. While the Southside Transit Center is now at 30% completion, once up and running, the bus center will create more opportunities for people on Tallahassee's south side.
We'll continue to gauge feedback from our community as well as the analysis information to get more clarity on where those routes will be.
Chief Transportation Officer for Star Metro, Angela Baldwin, says they're taking feedback from people across the city, including Tallahassee's south side, to help better tailor where new routes will go. And the projected $2 million project will be in the center of an updated south side, with a new park opening up across the street on Orange Avenue and more affordable housing coming to the area.
It's very important because it gets me there, because I don't drive. So, yeah, it gets me there one way there, one way back.
Martrell Snell says they rely on Star Metro every day to get to and from Tallahassee Community College. Along with others, Snell came to Star Metro Southside Transit Day to get a feel for what the new bus depot will look like and to get feedback on what they would like to see out of the system once it's completed. Baldwin says they wouldn't want to build this project without input from people like Snell and Barker.
All the feedback has been very positive and encouraging, and so we'll just continue to stay, engaged with the community.
In Tallahassee, Micah Cho, ABC 27.
Next week, you'll have the opportunity to get a break on your fines and get your driver's license back. That's the gist of Florida's Operation Green Light. It kicks off Monday in most of our Florida counties. You may get a 40% reduction on overdue court fees or traffic fines. You'll have to register on Eventbrite first. Find a link to do that on WTXL.tv under the Community tab. Healthcare agencies across Tallahassee came together today to help fill some of the gaps they're seeing in their workforce. People interested in learning more about the healthcare field and how to break into it got the chance to talk to professionals today. Shia Mystery, Dean of Academic Affairs for Kaiser University, says that burnout and the labor shortage were some of the factors that prompted this year's fair.
And we all have attended very similar meetings across the city over the last several months. We're all dealing with the same plight, whether it comes to employee staffing, retaining employees, and then even finding new students to fill our programs. So we all had to come together as a team, put together a community event like this that will really help us educate the community on careers in healthcare.
Mystery says that they'll be looking to do more healthcare fairs like this around Tallahassee quarterly. Well, today was a warm and beautiful day. It's time now to turn things over to Chief Meteorologist Casanova Nurse with your first to know forecast.
No doubt about that. We started off in the 40s, a little chilly, and then ended up in the mid 70s. And that's pretty much what you would expect for afternoon readings in this time of March. And right now we're seeing temperatures slipping back, so the sweaters are out once again, and they'll likely be needed first thing in the morning. Mostly mid to upper 50s, couple of little 60s in Thomasville and Sopchoppy, for example, but we do have a little breeze. That's keeping us from getting way too cold way too quickly. Wind speeds up to about 10 miles per hour, so that could keep us away from those mid and even lower 40s overnight, but the air is dry, the sky is clear, there's no rain, so there is the expectation to have just a little bit of that chill when you get your day started. But as you head out the door and venture outside, we're going to have a lot of sunshine once again. Temperatures rebounding from the 40s and 50s into the 70s for the early afternoon, and we'll top out pretty close to where we were today, if not a few degrees warmer for some. And that warmer spell is going to continue in your first to know forecast. We'll talk about that in just a bit.
Thanks, Cass. Dozens of people of many ages gathered at J.R. Alford Greenway Saturday for an annual event with a special focus. The Buck Lake Elementary Parent-Teacher Organization hosted the 5th annual Bobcat Trail Run. The run was kicked off by Colson Early, a Buck Lake Elementary student and running enthusiast recently diagnosed with a type of leukemia. The event is a benefit for the Hang Tough Foundation. It's a local organization that provides resources and encouragement for families of children with various illnesses and related special needs. Tallahassee Community College kicked off its inaugural Tallahassee History Festival and Expo this morning, bringing local and regional history to Clayman Plaza. Local historians presented on topics like the Tuskegee Airmen and more. The event also included booksellers, historical societies, and life-size replicas of the mastodon skeleton. Event organizers say bringing the story of our city and area is crucial to having a better understanding of our diverse community.
But the community, people need to see that history is local too. And many big national stories that you open up the history textbook, they start, locally. So I think those are our goals: build interest in history, have fun with history, and ultimately strengthen the community's knowledge of history and appreciation of history.
To commemorate the inaugural Tallahassee History Festival and Expo, t-shirts are on sale right now, and all of the proceeds of those sales will go towards future THFE events. This year marks second harvest of the Big Bend's 40th year feeding families all across 11 local counties. In 2020 alone, they topped all of their previous distribution records by getting more than 15 million pounds of food to those in need. It's work that certainly deserves celebrating. They're inviting you to join them as they do just that in their new signature event next week called The Harvest. Well, still ahead tonight, could a fourth COVID shot be on the way? How the FDA feels about another booster is coming up, but first, another Ukrainian city now under attack by Russia. The response from President Biden is in about 3 minutes. The city of Lviv, once considered a safe haven for Ukrainians, coming under attack on Saturday. Russian missiles rocking the city, which is less than 50 miles from Ukraine's border with Poland. President Biden is in Poland visiting with Ukrainian refugees in Warsaw and reassuring our NATO allies. Here's ABC's Ty Hernandez with the details.
Plumes of smoke seen rising over the western Ukrainian city of Lviv. The city rocked by 2 Russian missile strikes, those blasts sending people running for cover.
All people who live in the city Lviv think that it's the safest city in all Ukraine, yeah? But no place is safe now.
The first site hit an oil depot northeast of the city center, leaving 5 people hurt. The second strike hitting a defense facility on the outskirts of town.
Україна не може збивати російські ракети з дробовиків.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky continues to stress his country needs more weapons, calling for 1% of NATO's arsenal. Saturday's attacks on Lviv, less than 50 miles from Ukraine's border with Poland. President Joe Biden wrapping up his high-stakes trip on Saturday, visiting Poland's capital, Warsaw, sitting down for his first meeting with Ukrainian officials since the Russian invasion began. The president spent part of the day with Ukrainian refugees before addressing a large crowd seen waving American, Ukrainian, and Polish flags.
Rather than breaking Ukrainian resolve, Russia's brutal tactics have strengthened the resolve. Rather than driving NATO apart, the West is now stronger and more united than it has ever been.
The president with a warning for Vladimir Putin.
Don't even think about moving on 1 single inch of NATO territory.
Then saying this.
For God's sake, this man cannot remain in power.
The White House later playing cleanup, saying the president was not calling for a regime change in Russia. Ty Hernandez, ABC News, New York.
The Biden administration is expected to give Americans over 50 the option to have a second COVID booster shot. The New York Times is reporting that decision could come as early as next week. The FDA's Vaccine Advisory Committee was expected to consider the additional booster shot proposal on April 6th. But new data from Israel provides new evidence that a fourth coronavirus vaccine offers enhanced protection against severe illness. Experts say technically a fourth dose is currently available for anyone who says they need one because they're immunocompromised.
We're entering the last half of the weekend in similar fashion to the way we entered the first half. That's with a lot of clear sky, brilliant sunshine, mild temperatures, a little cool start. We do have some thunderstorms to focus on, but it's not going to be until perhaps Thursday at the earliest. Right now, clear, 55 at the capital city airport with a lighter west to southwest wind. Even a light breeze will make a difference. The dew point is low, and that could be a good baseline for how low our air temperature can get. But if we have a little breeze, it's going to slow down that cooling somewhat. So we may not all the way get to 41, but we may get close, especially given that the air is remarkably dry, and it will stay that way all night long. Hardly any clouds to find today. Tomorrow, maybe just a couple more, because we do have a minor front that will be moving its way through Georgia and into the Carolinas. Not a whole lot of moisture with this. High pressure still nearby in the northern Gulf. That will provide at least a temporary west to even southwest wind, but just not enough moisture to cause any kind of rain or storm concerns for tomorrow. Maybe just enough when that front kind of pushes into the South Georgia region that can help to maybe form a few patches of clouds. So maybe not quite as 100% bright and clear as today was, but hardly anything to really fuss about when it comes to patchy cloud cover on occasion through your Sunday. Winds will still be mostly west to northwest, especially north of I-10, with enough warming to maybe get a sea breeze going into the afternoon. Not of major consequence, but it just keeps the air flowing around by quite a bit. And then into early next week, that high pressure that's over the north central Gulf now will move to the east of the Florida Peninsula. So that pushes more of a solid south wind pattern upon us. That'll warm up the mornings. It'll moisten things up, maybe get a little more stickiness outside. And perhaps we'll start dealing with some morning fog, so you'll know about that on your Tuesday morning commute. No fog for tonight, though. We'll have a clear sky and temperatures that will still manage to fall into the mid-40s in most areas. And highs tomorrow ranging from the low 70s in our South Georgia tier to the lower and mid-70s across I-10. For beach interest tomorrow, you'll have a lot of sunshine, high UV index, 74 degrees or so at the coast, with northwest winds at the beach and offshore. Wind speeds are high enough for small craft to use a little extra caution. The extended first to no forecast, we keep that warming trend going lower to maybe even some mid-80s Monday through Tuesday, and the morning lows they climb into the 50s to around 60. I have our next potent system that will bring a thunderstorm chance our way for Thursday. You should know about at least a slight possibility for a couple stronger storms with some gustier winds, and then maybe that front lingers into the end of the week, keeping rain chances present.
Florida State football's first official scrimmage of the spring season is in the books. And the overall takeaway from head coach Mike Norvell was a positive one, praising the defense for stepping up after a rough practice on Thursday, and QB Jordan Travis's command of the offense among the major talking points. There's still plenty of room for improvement as the Noles move forward ahead of this week's practice and next Saturday's second scrimmage. One of the improvements Norvell needs to see in his team's game flow and applying what they've learned without the coaches on the field. With so many new faces, these are more just growing pains than anything else, but it's still an area that will be addressed moving forward.
Really like where we are after 7 days of practice. I think we'll be able to go back and watch the film and really see where guys are without coaches on the field, with everybody staying back, having to play out the situations. We do have to push our tempo more. I thought that was an area that we gotta when guys know what to do, now we need to do it faster and more efficient.
The high school basketball season may be over in the Big Bend, but there's still plenty of need to get our local area hoopers some more college exposure. And that's exactly what organizers of the Undoubted Senior Showcase aim to do Saturday.